Greetings, greetings. Welcome to the Man Oh Man podcast. And I'm not alone. I'm with the dynamic trio.
Sir.
They're right here with me. How you guys doing, gentlemen?
What's going on? What's going on?
Y'all good?
We got Young Cook in the motherfucking hot seat.
Man, whoa.
In the hot seat.
It feels different. I sat on those two chairs before. Now I'm sitting on this side.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Even your posture is different, brother.
When you're sitting here, it's different. Gentlemen.
Cheers, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Hey, appreciate that. Cheers to you, bro.
Are you drinking orange juice today?
Orange juice today. Cheers to you. How you guys doing? How's the week been? How you guys handling with things? How's pressure? How's life?
Man, I had a great week. I was working in Plettenberg.
Right?
Went to the beach.
Nice.
Work holiday type thing.
Nice. So mixing pleasure with business.
Dog, I think that's the way we have to go these days. You have to mix business with pleasure.
Right.
I had a great time, man. It was wonderful. The people are lovely people. Small town, but yeah,
Really?
yeah, we were chilling in Neisner.
Any challenges you had this week?
I had to really work my body because I challenged myself with a lot of heavy lifting and just moving around. So but besides that,
proper.
it's good.
Equipment wise, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. Yourself,
It's
Ted?
good. It's good. I'm having a good time, but I have I'm having this privilege of spending the day with my son.
Hey.
He's he's about to be 3 months old, so it gives me he's 2 hours when he's asleep. He's gonna have to be the most productive. And then he wakes up.
Welcome to the fatherhood.
Yeah, and then he
Daddy
wakes
duties.
up.
Yeah.
And it's such a privilege, and I think his mom is secretly jealous how much time I'm spending with him.
Remember I told you, I think some time back I told you when he gets to 3 months,
Yeah.
it's that time where he now looks at his dad.
He sees and he
You
sees.
need to cherish these moments because when he gets older and when he's aware, he's gonna have a favorite. And
Really?
it's not gonna be you.
Hey.
Nah, I don't even know if I want that to be me. He needs to know that he needs. There's
Yeah,
certain,
there's a
you don't
difference.
come to daddy about everything.
There's boundaries.
Yeah, there's mommy for everything, and there's some shit where I need to go.
Yeah.
I need to go to daddy. I'm okay with that.
That's what's
I'm
up.
really okay
Nah,
with
absolutely. Nah, great one, gentlemen. How you guys been finding the podcast? I mean, we're on episode 3.
that. Let's go.
Yeah,
Episode
man.
3,
Feedback is
and-
amazing. Feedback is amazing.
Yeah, speaking of feedback, we've actually had one that I actually want to read. This came from a particular brother through one of our channels. It goes, the podcast is heavy, my brother. I'm going through a lot and healing at the same time. Just trying to navigate my next situation by listening to you guys. Well spoken and no signs of anger. Just speaking from their hearts and having a very inspiring conversation, moving me, right? So it really moved the brother. So he says, he goes on by saying a lot has happened to him. With most of us that come from broken families, broken countries, we never had the time to chill and talk. We just messed with the street dudes and acknowledged that doesn't last forever, right? So the knowledge that doesn't last forever. But what you guys are dropping is massive, a turning point for me. I've almost given up on living more than once. Damn, that was the heavier part.
Right.
When you know somebody's about to give up, then you know, damn, it's pretty heavy. But we thank this guy for really hanging in there. So he goes on and saying that he threw himself in alcohol and parties, and we really touched on some family issues, some money discussion we had on the podcast, I think episode 2, and the business, right? So everything else matters in such an easy way. I was thrown into managing people and lots of money at an early age, and it fucked me up silently, right? So we could see the brother sort of learned through what he's gone through. And he's just been grateful and expressing his thanks and finding this podcast as a therapy. And he thanks us and he wants us to keep on running with this.
Yo, man.
Thank
Big
you.
up to him.
Thank you.
Big up.
It takes a lot for
Yeah.
someone to open up like that.
For a man to open up.
Yeah,
to open up.
definitely takes a lot. Moving along, right, guys? So,
But we also invite,
Yeah, go ahead.
we want to invite all the fellas, share scenarios, questions that you
Absolutely.
think would be interesting for us to talk about.
Yeah, it's a safe space.
It is definitely a safe space.
Definitely. So I want to talk about something that happened recently. There was the Beyonce tickets. I know Beyonce is popping up on our timelines, but it's sort of current, and I want to touch on it. There's a whole lot of commotion that happened on social media around her ticket pricing. I don't know if you guys saw it. Any of you guys seen what the prices were going for?
I
didn't.
mean, did you see how much the tickets were going for?
Yes, I
at
saw
Qatar?
screenshots.
Did you see that?
Or
How
the
much?
previous concert?
No, I mean like the Qatar football, like the
The
finals.
World Cup.
No, no.
Did you see how much they were going
No, I
for?
didn't see. I only
What
know
are
the
the,
last
what are the prices
for the concert.
for Beyonce?
So for concert, they range. I saw they range from $200 all the way to about $10,000.
$1,000.
Yeah,
And 10,000 is what VIP.
I think so. And a whole lot of the fans were angry. Now we're talking about beehives, etc.
Right.
They were
angry because they
complaining
think it's too expensive.
too expensive. So
Does Beyonce have anything to do with pricing of the tickets?
that's a good question. But
Isn't that the promoters?
I don't think.
hey, but
It has
she,
nothing to do with her. They want to recoup their money.
yeah, but I'm sure some way somehow she would be aware of what the costing is.
My understanding of the business model is you have a contract with the artist, and you, the event company, have a business model that they have either accepted or declined.
Right.
Right. So you say, okay, we're gonna pay you 24 million. You as the promoter, the event company, be it Rock Nation or Live Nation, have to figure out how to make that money. It's like if you bring if you take, whether you're taking a big concerts or a Glen 21, if they doing a local concert, it's up to him to figure out
How he's gonna make that
gonna
money back.
recoup his money.
So it's
how
not up
figure
to the
out
artist.
No,
The
how
artist
to
don't
pay
she has
the
nothing to do
bill.
with that.
Damn.
But that's the power of social, because the mob can decide we're going to blame her.
Yeah.
And if you're just responsive to that, I think you're in trouble.
But then, I mean, it also impacts the concert because now people are looking at this from a social media point of view and they're like,
Right.
oh, damn. People who don't even go to the site to see what the actual tickets sell for already assume that it is an expensive tour.
Right.
And they pull out. They don't even bother looking at it. I think
Well,
it
it's
impacts.
pricing for the tour.
For different cities, I think it was.
At the end of the day, I think if you like an artist, you'll make a plan.
Bro, come on. If you don't have the
You'll
money,
figure it out?
You'll figure it. I
come
mean,
on.
if you can't make it, you can't make it. But there's people that can.
I totally
I also
agree.
think she's the most successful artist, one of the most successful artists of our generation. Like, it's gonna sell out. They're gonna complain, but it's gonna sell out.
Word.
Just
While the
watch.
beehives, we'll see. I think when the time comes by, we'll see because I saw a whole lot of those complaints. Then she got Grammy as well.
She's handling her business well. She's getting paid. She's doing well, man.
Absolutely, man.
There's
I
nothing
agree with
wrong with
that.
setting a price if you believe, and I still think she has nothing to do with that. But if you believe that's what you're worth, you set the price. If people don't want to do it, hey, man.
Yeah, well, when the time comes, we'll see. They're all gonna be sellouts. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be sold out.
They're gonna be sellouts.
Sold out.
It's gonna
Sold
be
out.
sold out.
Well, the tickets are gonna
They're
sell
gonna
out.
be- okay, yeah.
Well,
Do you have a favorite Beyonce song?
Hey,
Does every man have a favorite Beyonce song that they don't necessarily talk about? Do you have a favorite?
Keisha.
Which one?
It's a Destiny's Child song though.
no, but
Keisha.
Beyonce,
Damn.
that's the group.
Brother goes
Yeah, it
way
was.
back.
She's part of the group.
No, but specifically Beyonce. Any Beyonce.
Specifically Beyonce.
Yeah.
There's that song it was in black and white. Produced by Swiss Beats.
Mm,
Do you know it?
no.
Where they
What's the
blow up a
name?
car or something.
They blew up a car.
I can't remember.
I'll tell you the name.
Okay.
I
It'll
don't-
come back to me.
We
Not gonna have a
connected to the
beehive.
internet. It's all right. to
Yeah.
find it. Yann, do you have a favorite Beyonce song?
My
You have
wife's a
Beyonce's
big-
sister in your house,
Hey,
by the way.
My wife thinks she's Beyonce's sister. So, yeah, definitely. I have a song. I think it's Halo.
Oh shit!
Mm.
Respect, brother.
He
Halo.
said he thinks it's Halo.
Yeah, I think it's called
One
Halo.
of
It
his
is
top
Halo.
10. She makes
Well,
amazing
anything else you guys seen that's happening in the current state? I know
wanna,
you guys had a whole lot to speak about before we.
Are you guys
we
going
jumped-
to the Kevin Hart thing? Stand up.
show.
Well,
I'd like to, but
but
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm not a big Kevin Hart. Fan.
Upgrade you. That's what it's called.
Oh, baby, let me upgrade you. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is Mood Forever, man.
See how many beehives we
I
have
don't
in
even
here.
know what song that is.
Yeah, Mood Forever is a jump. Mood Forever is a jump.
We have bee fans in the house.
And then
ladies and
EXO.
gentlemen.
Guys, you just you reminded me of the funniest thing. So I was hanging out with my friends and we were on the dance floor in a club, and Beyonce's the most feminine Beyonce song comes on.
Brothers were singing.
And the real G's kept quiet. But the one brother, I'm not gonna mention his name. When he watches this, he'll know who he is. Kept on singing. Yeah, man.
But
yes,
there's nothing wrong admitting you a Beyonce fan. Is there anything
yeah,
wrong
but
with that?
those lyrics were a bit feminine, so
They were too tight.
didn't sound right.
Okay, no specific songs
tight.
then. Okay. So I know the other thing as well that sort of trended this week was the one teacher. She was teaching in the classroom. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So what you guys
I
think
actually
about
saw
the
it
pictures?
yesterday.
The pictures.
She was advertising some drink, and she
No, but you have to describe.
had it like
you have
this.
to describe the
Nah,
situation. This is a teacher. Okay, but so before I wanted to just tell you one of the things that caught my eye and my heart really is the earthquake in Turkey and Syria.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I think the last time I checked this morning there were 8,000 plus people dead, and that is hectic. That is no small
Yeah, no,
feat.
that
So our hearts go out to
To them.
to them.
yeah, a
and
couple of
everyone
disturbing
affected in that.
footages as
That's-
well seen on.
and it's not easy because it's
Yeah.
freezing, it's cold.
By the
that's
way, it's
devastating.
Turkey.
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 Turkish.
Turkey.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
Turkey anymore.
Yeah.
I know we had a
Turkey.
trip planned to Turkey this year.
Turkey.
Turkey this year. I
Don't-
don't think
man.
it's gonna happen.
It's not Ivory Coast. It's
Yeah.
Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote
Cote
d'Ivoire.
d'Ivoire. Absolutely.
It's not Swaziland. It's
I'm sorry.
Eswatini.
Back to this teacher.
Yeah, go back to the teacher. I think you guys saw it.
I saw it.
What you guys
So
see?
what I saw was, I think she's a high school teacher with a really fat ass.
Is this a did she go too far question?
No, it's not a
Oh,
too
it's.
far
I think
question.
okay. It's not a go too far
it's
question.
Because I wanted to ask, is there
Did she
anything
go
wrong
too
with
far?
it? Is there anything wrong with what she did?
I don't think there's anything wrong with what she did. I just wonder, and I know the effect on those young men going.
Yeah.
There. Those dudes are not skipping that class.
Come on. Yeah, that's a good
Whatever
thing,
subject
The
she's
boys are
teaching.
not
right? That's a
skipping
good
that
thing.
class.
I know I had a crush on my geography teacher
Okay.
in high school,
Okay.
and
Tell us more, brother.
I mean that's one of the reasons I passed. She was a great teacher,
Yeah.
and she looked good.
Was a black teacher.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
Yes.
It
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
bro.
I had so one, this lady is really voluptuous, and I think that the boys would go to her social media post and see what she looks like naked, and then the next day you're probably just there in
Was she
class.
naked? Was she completely naked or half dressed?
Well,
she's
she
in
was.
a
She was.
thong.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was in
that's
a.
not naked. That's half naked.
But look, it was very revealing.
big difference.
It's
So
a lot,
I know we don't want to go to the lines where what is what, but
Guys,
she
it's
was
the
very
year
revealing.
2023. Can we live?
What do you mean?
Let
can
her
we
live.
We've
She's
been living.
She's hustling. She's doing it.
No, I don't
she's,
think
if,
there's
if,
anything wrong.
if it doesn't affect her
Oh,
teaching,
you don't think there's anything wrong?
if she does, it doesn't affect her teaching.
What is she teaching?
Hey, that's a story
What
for
class
another
is
day.
that?
That's biology.
But I'll tell you, similar to yours, grade 10 and 11, I had the flyest economics teacher
Okay.
ever. It was a black woman. And I say black woman because for the longest time, your teacher was that woman that showed up to class, with that wedge, the long skirt, and the blouse. Until this lady came in, she had jeans and she
Were you
smelled.
were you motivated?
I'll tell you the story. I remember she smelled so good, and we got along. Sometimes I'd go home and I'd think about her, and I'm like,
Yo, I need to pass this class so she can notice me.
But the effect on that was in grade 11, I came out tops in business economics in my grade.
So it motivates.
So I don't know.
That's good.
I don't know.
So, but you guys don't think there's anything wrong with her dressed like that to class? And most of the pictures she posted on social media.
right.
I think personally, I don't think. Well, we could argue the fact that it's her life, but you've got those half naked pictures on the internet,
Right.
where your students have access to it, and it actually trended
Right.
on the net.
Look, man, our teachers don't get much. Our teachers are not getting much at school, and they
like
gotta live too.
I like it.
So if she's making some extra money on the side and not harming anyone, I mean,
So you're saying her social is a sort of side hustle?
yeah, it's a business. That's what I said. I saw her advertising some stuff.
So I've had to go and look up her page, social media
She's what?
page.
Huh?
She's humming the boys.
She's humming.
Our producer says she's humming the boys. I went to look at her Instagram page.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
she's pushing products.
yeah, she's pushing.
She's pushing Pete. Pushing Pete.
There's
Pushing products.
yeah, look, now there's definitely
Now you know what it
adult
is.
content in.
Do you know how back
To
in
an
the day
extent.
movies used to have skinny girls in thongs and it would do nothing to you?
But
now
now
when you
The
see
shape is the shape. You're in trouble.
now
with
when
the
you
shape.
see it and it's the size, it's that's when we start having the appropriate and inappropriate conversations because it's a black woman with a big, preferably with a fat ass who can sing a song. Wrong.
I know this is not did she go too far? Did she take it too far? But I don't think she took it too
I don't
far.
think she took it.
I think she's cool. She's as long as it doesn't hurt anyone, she's free.
But what's the risk for her? Do you think there's any risk for her? Would
Look,
any of the boys?
So
like,
if there's nothing in the code of rule
code of conduct, right?
for this behavior, then what has she done? She hasn't breached a contract. She hasn't harmed anyone. She's working. She's not.
So my next
playing.
question was going to be: do you think she would have probably had a lot of DMs, people contact
I mean,
her,
that's her private life.
right?
That's a private
No,
life.
but
As
we're
long as
assuming
she's
here
teaching,
now, right? So
you can't assume.
teaching,
I don't.
She probably some people
I'm
want
a
to have
regular
private
guy
classes.
and I get DMs. So I mean,
Hey,
her DMs
excuse us.
must be
bro.
on fire.
Excuse us.
A DM must be out of this world.
Yo, man. From what I saw, SS.
It ain't easy.
All right, super.
Yeah, man.
Moving along, I think the other one that I saw was I don't know what y'all think about the Sisulu, the Tottenham sponsorship.
Right.
That I saw. That was, I mean, with what's happening currently in SA, we have Lindiwe Sisulu who wanted to do the sponsorship with the Tottenham
For a billion rand.
Billion rand. When we got no power, we have
Guys,
crisis.
so what actually happens? What is? How does it help?
So
if it does, and
see-
where does the money come from?
So you see, like the Arsenal team have Visit Rwanda. So they wanted to sponsor the Tottenham to visit to have a similar stunt to have that Visit South Africa.
Okay.
So all in the sponsorship or the effort to have that tourism pop back into South
Come in
Africa,
here.
come in SA. Tell people out there that hey, there's SA. Come
How
back
much
to
is a
visit.
billion rand in pounds?
Damn, it worked out to I can't recall, but I think close to about 54 million somewhere there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't know.
50 odd somewhere.
Check.
It's okay. I'll tell you now.
If it's gonna
one,
help
two,
the
three,
country.
1, 2, 3.
If it's gonna help
Okay,
the
sorry,
country.
it's my calculator that wasn't getting to a billion.
it's
if
about
it's the-
47 million pounds.
Yeah. If it's gonna help the country, it's worth it.
No, but
Because I mean, we need
Help
SA.
the country how?
Yeah, we need people to come and visit this country. It's beautiful, man. Like I said, I've lived here for so long and I've never been to Plettenberg.
Right.
And when I was there, sandboarding, visiting the ocean, just sitting there,
Yeah.
the people, it was amazing.
I think the optics are wrong, man. The optics, the optics are wrong because any government that has a cohesive sort of planning team would know that. And the conversation is not about do we take this money and go buy diesel for ESCOM.
Right.
I don't think that's the conversation. The conversation is that we're currently going through really tough economic times. How do you have $1 billion that you want to invest in a football team when you have a tourism industry that's reeling one from COVID, from load shedding. There are so many black startups that would really get a leg up from this. And so when you want to market a product that is not fit for purpose in that way, I think is wastage. The idea, I'll come back to the idea. The idea is not wrong, because reports have shown that the 40 million that Kagame spent on Visit Rwanda on the Arsenal t-shirt was fruitful, right? So it bore fruit. The ROI was strong, but the product was different. He was doing World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
Every business forum was coming to the country for whatever reasons. We're not there. We're in a crisis. You know what I'm saying? It's like the house is on fire, and there you are going to spend $1 billion. The idea is wrong. The idea is right. The timing and the optics are just wrong.
And also, see, she didn't make the meeting for the actual, that was meant to happen between her and the Tottenham. Or
no. So there's an oversight committee.
That she didn't pitch on.
That she needed to present to, who disagree with what they've done and how they need to spend it.
Oversight committee here in SA.
So it's the Parliamentary Oversight Committee. And I heard this morning on radio that she told them, one, she wouldn't make the meeting. She came to the meeting late, and then she left the meeting, said, "You'll find me in my office." So that's the level, unfortunately, the level of pride and arrogance that we're dealing with.
Doesn't every department have a budget?
They do.
I mean, you can't take a budget from arts and culture and use it, right?
Not necessarily, but Treasury can, and Treasury should.
So you're saying, what you're saying is, if there's money lying in tourism or arts and culture, and ESCOM needs bailing out, they can say, okay, Treasury can say, hey, we're gonna take money from your fund, and fund these guys. No,
I'm saying. So if the question is, can they do it? The answer is yes. Should they do it? The answer is no, because even in tourism, there are enough needs that you can solve with that billion, as opposed to putting it in a Tottenham.
So has she?
Maybe I'm just sour because it's not Man United, but
has she justified what she used it for? I mean, this country does, especially after COVID, we do need to start advertising the country again so that people can come in.
But it wasn't, post. So in December, pre-COVID numbers, just in terms of travel, had peaked to back where they were.
Okay.
So Cape Town. So I don't know if you know, Cape Town was voted the most top 10 most Instagrammable cities in the world for the 5th time in a year, right? So work on the product. Everything else just follows.
Okay, I see.
And I think we have what's happening in Johannesburg right now is devastating. Like, we've seen our new mayor. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
the capital city of Joburg.
It's San Papa. There's a lot.
So that's a whole lot going on.
I hope I answered your question, by the way.
No, you did. You actually gave him quite a whole lot. Rez, happy, satisfied with that? Brother's still thinking.
Hey, man.
Hey. Well, anyways, gentlemen, we're in a month of love. We're in Feb. Any plans coming up for the 14th? I'll go with Ted. Let's go. February the 14th.
No, not really. I'm at a conference. No, I'm joking. I generally don't. I generally don't do anything major on Valentine's Day.
Oh, really?
I think we probably sit home, have some food.
So not even a date.
I don't turn it into a thing.
Okay.
And I don't think my wife has that expectation, because it's usually close to our anniversary.
Right.
And so, I put the muscle there, and then, hey, it's 2 weeks ago. Relax.
Mr. Raz, out today.
Raz
plans
goes all in, man. You turn the
brother,
house
tell me straight up. If you got plans, there's nothing wrong with it.
I've never celebrated Valentine's Day.
Oh, really?
Oh, for real? Okay. We are one.
Damn.
I celebrate Valentine's Day every day. I don't need a designated day to celebrate my woman.
This is the Man Oh Man
celebrate love.
podcast.
To celebrate
Gentlemen.
my woman.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Because that's what you do on Valentine's Day.
No, but no, whoa. What do you mean celebrate your woman? You don't necessarily celebrate both of you.
I celebrate my woman.
You celebrate your woman.
She celebrates
That's
me.
his truth.
So exactly.
I don't celebrate myself.
both of you celebrating each other.
She celebrates me. I celebrate her.
How
Vice
do you know
versa.
she celebrates?
I see it every day, man. See it every day.
Anyways, let's go right
Taking
along.
me
man.
back.
I see how
Back
these
in
guys,
time.
these guys playing with me. They're acting like they don't. Meanwhile, when the wife's gonna ask for flowers, they're like, "Hey, baby, I'm ordering it." I know
Look,
how
man,
this works.
Don't you
Guys
prefer-
come up here and sit and
Wait,
act like they
wait.
macho.
No, no, no,
and they're
no,
not
no.
sending out.
Wait.
Guys,
We
should
I
hear from
know,
you as well.
guys,
What about you?
I
Yeah,
know.
that's
I've
what I'm
been,
saying.
I've been in the game for 15 years. I used to
Wait.
talk like them.
Wait.
I know this shit,
Wait.
man. Don't come
Dog,
here and tell me.
Don't
yeah,
you prefer it when
yeah,
you don't?
come
You don't.
straight
you-
up with
it's
me.
unexpected. You're chilling, just chilling. Your woman comes to you. Hey, you know what? I feel like just giving you the world right now. It's more special than expecting a day.
It sounded like a fantasy to
And
me.
imagine it happening all the time, instead of just one day, designated
Yeah,
day.
but see, it doesn't happen all the time because
it should.
It should, yes. But we now in that specific moment where it's recognized as the month of love. That's what I'm saying. Is that
Sounds like
during
you're
during
talking
the
about fucking,
month?
brother. You're not talking about
They-
Valentine's Day.
Hey man, it is what it is. It is what
It is what it is.
I hear you.
All right, cool. Guys gonna be macho on me. It's okay.
Wait, what about you? Do you celebrate
Me?
Valentine's Day? Sounds like you do.
He does.
See now they want to talk for me when
No,
I
you
was
do.
asking
I
them the
can.
question.
I know what kind of
The
person you are.
guys,
You do.
you know what kind of Jesus. For 15 years I've been doing this, and the brother knows what I've been doing. It's gonna be twice in a row this year that we're gonna skip it. Last year, my wife was in Nigeria, so we couldn't celebrate it.
Because she was away, not
She was
because,
away.
not
We
because.
we typically do something a little extra. That's it between us.
Dope.
Right?
Yeah.
I take her out. We buy each other gifts.
Respect.
We spoil ourselves.
you do celebrate
Yeah,
Valentine's Day.
we celebrated.
Yeah,
Respect.
you didn't have to
I
take
celebrated. No. I tell you straight. It's just now this year. I'm at the men's conference,
Respect.
so I can't go. Y'all saw the poster on the men's conference? These guys are laughing.
I missed that.
serious.
I missed that SMS.
Oh, you
I didn't
missed
get
it.
it.
No, I'm not
The
on-
second
I'm not on
annual
the
men's
gossip list.
conference.
I'm not in the
2023.
group. What happened?
It's what happens in the conference stays in the conference.
Yeah, but
So-
how do I get invited?
What happens? Look,
What is this concept of men's conference? What is it?
y'all looking at me.
Yeah,
But you said
you said the post.
you got
I'm
exclusive
going
invitation.
to this one this year.
Ah,
I
I
haven't
see.
been before,
I
so I
see,
got
I
an
see.
exclusive invite.
I see.
So I'm going. I don't know. I haven't been to one.
You don't know what
before.
happens at the men's
Nah, I
conference.
told you I celebrate Valentine, so I haven't been to the previous one.
When is men's conference?
It happens, I think, between the 13th
on the 16th.
to the 16th.
So it's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Men go to.
I know it's not a real thing. It's not a real thing.
So it's for those who want to have. Well, actually, on that day, there's actually a couple of good games. So I'm wondering how guys who celebrated. There's like PSG and I think I can't remember who else they playing. There's a whole lineup
So there's
on
nice
football
games.
games.
UEFA.
So those who celebrated, good luck to you because y'all gonna have to do some
So
picking around.
men that go to the men's conference discuss man issues.
Maybe we should invite them here. But gentlemen, okay. So I think we've kind of picked up where I want us to now hinge on. A lot of the stuff we spoke about, we kind of get that from some feed, right? So social media feed, right?
Yeah.
We've seen how this has sort of impacted the way we receive news, the way things are communicated, how all of this, sort of just makes the round. What trends, what doesn't trend, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I have a few questions I want to ask you, gentlemen. This is going to be rapid. So we're going to go through these. And as I ask, I think I'm going to do the one question, bam, bam.
So we're talking about social media in general.
Social media in
Okay,
general, right?
Social media and men.
So
Or
relax.
just- okay.
See, they
I know.
man,
I mean,
it's like it got a gun to my head.
No,
Like,
no,
well,
no,
are
it's
we
just-
talking about social media?
I'm just asking. Is it social media?
So we're going to talk about social media,
Okay.
and it's what word did you use the last time when you spoke about the sneaker? You said it was
It's a
a
feature.
feature.
And it's featured.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about social media and all its features, right?
So, let's go.
Let's go. Ready?
I'm ready.
What is your explore page algorithm full of? Rez,
Women.
what kind of women? Be specific.
Women that play football.
I don't believe that for a
It's
second.
football. It's football.
Nah.
I
Ted.
It's full of fitness, women, cars, and motivational quotes.
Hey. Okay.
Yeah. Like when I go to the explore page,
Yeah.
that's what I
that's
see.
what
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So same here. Women, cars, fitness, food.
Yeah. And philosophy.
Women,
lot of suits.
women, games, music.
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
and film stuff.
What's your favorite social media platform?
My favorite one has to be Twitter.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Ted?
YouTube.
Okay, why Twitter? Let's come back
Actually-
to you.
Is YouTube a social media platform?
Yeah, I think so.
Social media.
I would classify it as a social media platform.
Okay, why would you classify YouTube as a social media platform?
Because it's evolved. It's evolved
Right,
from going, from just being a streaming platform to now where you find shorts, and we now have
and
profiles.
people do
then
lives
just,
too as well.
yeah.
So you can
The
interact
integration
directly.
of video
okay.
and social now lives on YouTube, and I think they're killing it. Like
Okay.
YouTube is a monster.
Then I guess if YouTube is a social media platform, then it has to be YouTube. I'm on
Yeah.
YouTube every day, all the time.
Yeah,
I'll be straightforward. Mine will be Telegram.
Telegram.
Yeah.
Telegram is social media though.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
a messaging app.
Yeah,
It is a
that's-
social media
It's like
platform.
WhatsApp. Saying WhatsApp is a social media platform.
It is a social media platform.
No, man.
Why not?
But WhatsApp is
classified
categorized as a
social media.
messaging platform. It now has some of the stories and status.
Yeah, people
But
go
it's-
to
it's-
stories
but
and
it's
stuff.
a message.
Generally, it's a message.
That's why I
So-
don't think YouTube is a social media platform.
But
People
YouTube,
don't.
It's evolving to it.
would you count
Why
TikTok
not?
as a social media platform?
Can you communicate with people?
Yes.
Like besides,
So are we saying social media is only a platform that you can communicate on?
yeah.
So then Telegram is one. That's what I'm saying.
Respect. Okay, I hear you.
Right? Telegram, in fact, is probably a
I
combination.
guess WhatsApp is too.
Can your wife or partner sit with you and scroll through your feed, explore?
Yeah.
You sure about
My
that?
feed.
Is that your final answer?
My feed
yes.
and Explorer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ted,
Yeah, definitely. She can.
you sure? Okay.
Yours?
Yeah, definitely. In fact, she does it without me.
She does it without you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can your partner read your DMs?
Yeah.
Ted?
Yeah, she can.
I think more people are going to look at this.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah, mine, in fact, does it without my permission. But y'all look doubted, guys.
Because I think she does already.
Yeah.
If there was, I think she does.
Mine.
I need you
my
guys to
woman
be sure.
doesn't
It's too much.
Yeah, you don't know that.
because my social media platform is primarily for the business,
Same.
so I don't really.
Yeah, but somebody could look up your business and send you some.
Rapid fire, brother. Let's keep it going. We'll
yeah,
come back to you.
we'll come back. But that answer wasn't strong enough for me, but it's okay.
Respect.
Okay, so let's go. On average, how many hours do you spend on social media per day?
Wow, hey man, this thing, it's actually embarrassing because if YouTube is a social media platform,
Should we see your runtime on the phone? Ted?
Yeah, I think my daily screen time now averages between 6.5 to 7 hours.
Damn.
Yeah. It's
We-
rough.
we-
But I
we
know it's from
swamped
YouTube because
by
I
this.
watch long form content.
Right. Okay.
And I think that it also counts if you're listening as well, right? I think it's counting screen time.
Okay,
And
so
then
mine,
Messenger.
yeah, mine's around 4 to 5 hours per day for the weekdays, and on weekend it goes up. I'll be very honest. During the
And it's a hard thought to think
It's-
you're
yeah.
spending 7 hours. a
7
day.
hours on the social media platform. So whether you're learning, whether you're just watching, you're actually spending
That's
the time
counting,
on it,
Spending time.
right? Okay, so are you private? And if yes, why?
I'm not private.
You're not private.
No.
No, I'm not private.
Dude. I am private.
Why are you private?
Why are you private?
I'm private because it was getting very freaky with the DMs.
Hey,
Really?
Yeah,
Freaky.
yeah.
But you're in control of that. Why don't you?
I'm in control, so I was removing, and I decided to
No,
go.
why don't you?
And
why
also
don't you,
because
like, hey, relax.
the main reason also because of what my wife recently got into. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to close and shut down for a little bit and refrain from that scene.
Right.
That's the decision I made. Do you have a Finsta account?
No.
What's that?
A Finsta account.
I don't know what that is.
Do you know what a Finsta account is?
That's why I said no. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't have one.
Producer, you know what a Finsta account is? What is a Finsta account? There we
Oh,
go.
a fake account.
Oh, a fake account.
I have several accounts, but not a fake
No.
one.
Okay, several accounts,
Yeah.
but not a fake account.
No.
Have you ever used the fake account? Let me put it that way.
I don't have a fake account. All these accounts are used for a specific purpose. So
Okay.
so the artist is Raz. He has his account.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Shot by Us. We do multimedia. We shoot videos and
Yeah, airtime,
studio
brother. Go
stuff.
For it. Go for it.
And then there's DV Entertainment, which everything falls
Under
under.
there.
That's it.
So you don't have one, is what?
No.
Okay.
I've got multiple accounts.
Yeah.
One for the business
yeah,
and then one for me, which serves the business.
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah. I actually don't even have a personal account.
I have a fake account. I have a Finsta account.
Okay, what do you do with it?
What do you do with that?
When I don't want
That's,
people to
that's
know.
the feed that has ass. Just ass.
I didn't
There's
say that.
nothing else in that feed. You can't even open it in public. That's the feed where it's just
Yeah,
You're
nyash.
giving me ideas now. I must go and open an
So
account.
now, if I
where
want to
can-
see somebody who's live and I don't want my account to appear in there,
why are you spying on people?
no, it's
Or is it
it's
like
different.
when you walk into
It's
someone's
different.
live and there's one person and it's just you?
It's just you like open air. It's like you walk into a room and you're alone. You're like, oops, did they just
Okay.
notice me?
So that's a Finsta account.
Yes,
But
sir.
how does it serve you? So,
So-
anonymity, I guess.
Anonymity, that's it. And I think
Okay.
also for a few other accounts that
Passion points.
no no. So like there's certain social media places you want to go to that you want to keep that anonymity on,
Right.
and it could be either tech related, it could be whatever
Yes.
else, whatever suits your fancy.
No one's browsing cars anonymously.
You never know, right?
Okay.
So,
Woody, where you at? Woody, where you at?
have you ever liked any naked pictures?
Naked pictures.
Yeah.
There's no
so-
naked pictures on social media, man.
Wait, I'm getting there. So half naked pictures on
Of course.
on
Why
social
not?
media.
But
Them bikinis.
there's naked pictures on Twitter.
I
Uh-oh.
hardly ever like
Uh-oh.
pictures on Twitter.
Okay.
So you've never hardly ever like
I don't just pictures in general. I don't really like maybe threads, but pictures.
damn.
Pictures are more Instagram, and Instagram there's half naked women everywhere.
But there's no naked because they don't
No, there's
allow
no
it.
naked.
So-
Ted?
No, I don't. Not to be not to be
Guys.
confused with.
Yeah.
We don't see them.
So when you see
Right.
when you see them, do you like them?
no, I don't like them
And why not? If
because
it's
it
appealing.
leaves a trail.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it leaves a trail. We'll
But
come
she-
back to
she
that.
wants you to admire. She put a
We'll
picture
come
up.
back to
She's
that.
saying, "Yo, this is me."
Have you ever been
From
addicted?
behind.
You
Gentlemen,
like?
let's go. We'll come back to that. Hold that thought.
What about you? Let's get yours.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Wow.
I haven't.
From your real account.
No. even the other account.
Okay.
I haven't. Because my woman knows what the account is. So
Then it's not a fake
then
account.
it's a fake account for
fake account for
it's a fake
everyone
account
else,
for
not
everyone
for-
else except
Got it.
yeah.
Respect.
Have you ever been addicted to social media platforms?
I mean, YouTube. I watch YouTube every day.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram every day. I mean, is that being an addict? Because, I mean,
Right.
we're all addicted.
We're all consumed by it.
We all have a phone, so.
Hmm.
So I mean, I guess if I'm on social media 8 hours a day, what else do I do for 8 hours?
Right. So it's 24 hours in a day. So if you're on it 8 hours, what else? Yeah. Okay. Ted?
No, I'm not addicted. I think they have.
The guy just started a page on YouTube. So
No, I'm not addicted. I think they have utility, right? You're on there for something. You're on there for entertainment. You're on there for
What
for
is
learning.
addiction? What is addiction?
Addiction. I think addiction is something you can't control.
So if I take your phone for 2 days, you'll be fine.
I'm perfectly okay. In fact, the hardest times to reach me is on weekends.
I'm holding your phone until tomorrow.
Yeah, but right now you're not proving the point because you're inconveniencing me. Right? It's a business. No,
There you go.
one.
That's the addict's best excuse.
No,
No,
but
but you're
it's
not
besides
proving addiction.
social media, there's other stuff that he needs
Yeah.
to do on the phone.
So if you say to me, I'm
if you need to
switching
call
off
him
your
tomorrow,
Instagram,
yeah.
and I'm going to track if you used it or not, that's a different
Yeah,
experience.
so say you reset his password and see if he's going to reset it again. That's a
Yeah.
different story.
But my life is in there, my banking is in there, my emails are in
But
there.
guys, let's be honest. I think the question should be: how often are you finding yourself just navigating to social media?
Okay, nah. If it's social media, nah, I'm not addicted.
Nah, I'm not addicted.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can go off social media I can go off. There's other things on my phone. If you ask him if am I addicted to my phone, maybe.
Okay.
Because I do everything on my phone.
Nah, cool. So this is what my question said at that.
Are you addicted to social media?
Me, no. I'm not addicted to social media. In fact, I'm addicted to my laptop.
Oh, really?
I need to
What do you do on your
leave
laptop?
that. So there's work. So when we talk about, and I don't have social media on my laptop at all. Like all my, what it's personal, work, whatever, tech, I don't have social media on it. It's just a rabbit hole finding myself into.
I might be addicted to YouTube though,
There we
if
go.
I'm being real with myself.
Yeah.
But only because I keep finding such good knowledge, and I keep. So if I want to do a course, if I want to learn something, I quickly go on YouTube. It's become my go-to, but I wouldn't necessarily call it an
An
addiction. 'cause
addiction. It's you gaining knowledge, trying to find out.
No, but
Trying to
then
better
if
yourself.
we're talking about addiction, will be in the sense of
An addiction is typically negative.
negative. So if you're at the gym and you find yourself quickly just going through to YouTube to watch a video when you're at the gym, and it's got nothing to do with the gym at that particular time, I'd say that that's an addiction. It's got nothing to do with social.
I have my own
gym.
definition of addiction.
Okay.
I know I'm addicted to something when it calls me, and wherever I am, whatever I'm doing,
You stop.
I can't turn away from it.
But that's why I say like a gym session, for instance. You're at the
No,
gym
but it doesn't
session.
do that for me.
Okay.
So if anything does that, then I know I'm addicted. Like, if I have an impulse to do something and I can't switch it off immediately, then you know how people. We're not talking about it, but you know how people just like watch porn in a Zoom.
wow.
You're addicted to it. You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Yeah, you have a problem.
No, definitely. If you
Yeah.
can't focus on one
Yeah.
thing,
And your colleagues are shouting,
Spontaneous.
James! James! There you are. You've put everybody on mute. You're there putting the Vaseline on the table.
And you don't even see that
and
there's
you
a camera.
can't even see. You're addicted. You have a problem. You should see someone.
yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
that's a real addiction.
That's an addiction.
Yeah,
Damn it.
That's an
imagine.
addiction.
So the hinging question for me is around social media. I think I want to just ask you guys, and we could go and discuss this in depth. What should men not do
On social
on
media.
social media? Personally, I think men should not feel pressured, right? And therefore having to forever show off their life. I think that aspect should be kept away from social media. And as a man, it sort of puts self pressure on you by you trying to always show what is it you are doing, achieving, and you've just bought a car. Hey, I'm there. I've just bought a car. It's an M6 or it's whatever, and I'm flaunting it on social media. Or I've just hit a deal and I'm there on social media feeling the need to constantly validate through social media what I've done. I just think that's a no-go area for a man. What are your thoughts?
It's a bit tricky for me, and I'm gonna go very deep in this
Okay.
because I believe that society trains us to sort of show off. Like from the moment we're in school, we get awards for things. We are subconsciously taught to show our achievements. We have trophies. When we win, we're number one. In the Congo, it's so bad that they tell in class, the teacher stands up and tells everyone
Who's first?
who's first and
second.
who's last.
Yeah.
In
absolutely.
class,
It's fucked up.
everyone will know that you were the last guy. You were last. So you,
The pressure is even higher then.
bro. So
Right.
in life, we are subconsciously taught to show our achievements.
Hey.
And then when we get to a position where we are able to show it, it's engraved in us. We do it.
Second
I just
nature.
got this car. I see these people going to the dealership, unveiling their car, boom.
Yeah.
It's something that they've been taught from yay high.
Right.
Everything we do has been programmed. So when I see someone showing,
That you've taken this now to another level. Sorry to cut you there. You just said programmed.
yeah, we've been programmed.
Right. So yeah, so programmed. I know that's a very big word.
So when I see someone, yo man, I just got this. I understand. Some of us have been taught to achieve first and then let the world see through. But it's not easy because of that grooming. So I'm not mad at it. I mean, if you show me what you got,
But
I
what
understand.
should men not do on social media?
Yeah.
Men should refrain from showing people or telling people their plans. I think that's I think you should, if you have a plan, keep it between you and your higher power or your higher spirit. Make it happen and let people see it happen. That's just because of energy. I believe in energy. There's a lot of negative energy especially when you're trying to achieve something. So yeah,
Damn.
men should be a bit more private. Share it with your wife. Share it with your woman. Share it with your kids sometimes. But
So it's acceptable for women to be a little less private? Is that why you're saying that?
we're not talking about women. I can't tell you anything about women. I'm not a woman. I'm talking about myself.
That's not a requirement for you to make that comment. You don't have to be a woman to say.
Well, I don't know how a woman experiences life. I can only see
How they
and interpret. But as a man, I've experienced this. I've told someone, hey, I want to do this. Next thing, they're doing it behind my back. And then I see it. And I'm like, ha. And they're like, hey, man. So rather I keep it to myself, make it happen, and then they'll see it happen. I've seen it so many times. So many times.
Wow. Ted,
Okay.
what should
I
men not-
agree with Raz in that I think the programming and the dopamine effect is real.
Right.
And you can try as hard as you can, but whether you publish it or not, dopamine is real. It's
Absolutely.
it's a chemical in your brain. You know, we are taught to react to responses and all sorts of things. So I respect that, and I respect how it affects our minds and what people put up on social media. I think that men should not allow the serious stuff. I think that men should not allow their social experiences to take away from their desire to be physical with people, right? So, you know, you can develop such a let's take ass for instance. You can develop a real like for ass.
Yeah.
That you only start consuming it in that world where you can't speak to a woman in a normal
In a
way
normal
anymore,
sense, yeah,
right?
face to face anymore.
Yeah, I don't think a man should never allow social media to kill your ability to, you know, to interact with other people, particularly females, being intimate with someone, knowing how to have a conversation, and not showing up as the other thing I think men should not do is don't show up as the number of followers you have.
I was about to get that.
You know what I'm
that's-
saying? Like,
wow.
don't show up as you have 50,000 followers. Don't come in the room
And with
the,
that 50,000
I
name
got
badge.
50,000 people following me. Fuck you.
Hey man, I work hard for those followers. What you talking about?
Don't walk in the room
So, yeah.
with that. You know, I think that's
Do you know
low
how many
as,
followers I got?
Yeah, that whole you know how many people follow me.
You know who I am?
You know
Fuck
who I
you,
am.
nigga.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's that. Do you know who I am attitude?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
And just to echo that,
he's saying men do that with money.
men do that with money, men do that
women.
with fame too.
Yeah.
But with money, it's a really hard thing to hide. Anyway, those are my two serious things.
Yeah.
The less serious things is men leave the female trends to the females. All right, there are two things that I laugh at when guys just hop on
Those
a
challenges,
trend that because women are very influential. So if women start, I know that's right, fellas, leave that to them.
But then
I think leave that
again,
to
then
them.
again,
That's
there's
one.
trends for men and trends for women.
Exactly.
What are trends for men?
Can I say another one? The
Yeah, go
other
on.
one I've seen is, you know, when the lady started with, it's the legs for me, it's the back for me. And then brothers are also now in there, it's the legs for me. No. Brothers should leave
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. You know, when what's this? I do say he's the shit if I do say
Sense
so
of myself.
Don't sing Beyonce's part. Sing Jigga's part. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's the only way to explain that.
Oh,
So I think, yeah, fellas, the serious stuff and then the
Jeez.
lighter stuff is.
yo.
Yeah, I like what you said about men sticking it to their lane on social media. Social media, I think we need to understand that social media is fake.
Yeah.
It's not real. Pictures, they say pictures tell 1,000 words.
Yeah, 1,000 words.
But the picture on social media is only telling one word.
Right.
It's a frozen moment.
Right.
So you can't always believe what you see on social media. I personally keep my personal life out of social media. If it's personal, then I'll go on WhatsApp and post it there, because the general population
contact list.
on WhatsApp
It's limited.
are people that I actually know.
Yeah.
You know, whereas on social media, you might have
Unknowns. People you
30,000
have never met.
followers.
1 million followers.
and you post a picture of your daughter in her uniform, and now this person that you've never met in your life knows where your daughter goes to school, and
That's
one
risky.
thing leads to another. So social media should remain a social place, and in society, you don't just go out and tell everyone what you're doing. There's private moments.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Damn, y'all just ripped it apart. So I know, you know, one of the things I've seen social media do to men is bring a lot of pressure towards men, right? So men are now finding like they are behind. So we're not catching up with the Johnsons in a way because of what we see on social media, right? So I want you guys to probably help me understand, how do we as men now try and bring the reality, you know, as much as we said certain things, men, there's a whole list of what we men shouldn't do.
Right.
But I also want you guys to bring a balance on how we men need to sort of keep the reality from social media, sort of keep the two separate.
Right.
How do we as men do that?
How do we as men keep social media and reality separate?
Yeah, because some tend to confuse the two.
Okay.
Right, so I post up that, I got a new car. Again, once more. Now, you don't know how I got that car,
Right.
right? So now you're assuming, damn, this brother was walking the other day. Now he's riding, and I'm still on my old E03 or whatever. I need to catch up. That type of pressure
Right.
is what men go through. I mean, if we look back and we read what the brother talked about, it's some of that pressure that life just throws at you. And I think social media has amplified it.
Yeah.
I think for me it goes back to a quote that I heard. Pressure builds a man.
Right.
You need to experience pressure in order to know your limits. Pressure is good. Pressure is only bad when you run away from it. Remember, as a man, you need to know your limits. You need to know what you can tackle and what you can't. Because when you can't, then you need to be able to identify it and seek help. When you can, you need to know your limits. Everything you do will eventually lead you to some kind of pressure, especially if you're working hard for something. Right? Everything you do, every choice you make.
Are we now referring to necessary pressure or unnecessary pressure?
You said pressure.
Yeah. But you...
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But you also mentioned that pressure is going to test you, you know?
But can you define necessary pressure and then unnecessary pressure?
Unnecessary pressure for me would be me going to take up a car on installment when I know I can't afford it. That's unnecessary pressure for me.
To flaunt it to the world.
Flaunt it to the
Fake
world.
it till you make it.
Exactly. Go watch episode 2. So again, unnecessary pressure. I totally don't need to have that car at that particular time, but now the pressure...
This is why I said you need to know your limits.
with necessary pressure.
With any pressure.
Okay.
So say I'm straight out of high school and I got my first job and I'm getting $8,000 a month. And
Damn.
I straight out of high school. Straight out of high school. I'm getting $8,000 a month, right? And I know that I need at least $5,000 for rent.
Yeah.
If I'm sharing with someone, I need at least $1,000, $2,000 for food. I need at least another $2,000 for transport. I can't put myself in a position where
That's $9,000.
I'm gonna blow my salary.
Right.
And I can't do anything else.
There's no money for groove.
There's no money for anything. There's no money for self-care. I can't even get toiletry. That's unnecessary pressure. I need to know that I can't do it. Humble myself and put myself under another kind of pressure. My ego. Stay at home.
Right.
Build.
Right.
Accept that I need help and grow. So as a man, you need to know how to identify these things and just stop and pause and just look at yourself and swallow your pride.
I think it's hard.
It is, obviously.
I think it's really hard because
Yeah.
so the guys that build these products are what you call asexual men, right?
Which product you referring to?
Social
The
media
Social media.
platforms,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So guys that build these products are generally, asexual men.
Just
An
asexual.
asexual man is a man who is not considered frequently sexually active. Right? And so it's the geeks of, how you
Yeah.
always said you're going to end up
The-
working for the geek in your class.
In your class.
It's because he didn't have a pathway to social ease, he chose the tech route. And what these kids have done is they have built the most successful virtual leaderboards.
Yeah.
Whether you like to admit it or not, we're all playing. This is Ready Player One, and all of us are playing. Like, there are these virtual leaderboards that you may choose not to acknowledge,
Yeah.
but
You're already a part
definitely-
of it, and you don't even know you're ranked somewhere
yeah,
there.
You're definitely there. What I think is very important on necessary, I really like the distinction. The unnecessary pressure, as you've said, is, and I wanted us to dive deep into that, is where would the unnecessary pressure come from? I think people who, influencers, so we need, perhaps you talk about that. What is the power of influencers on people's mentality? And then stuff that you said around, what I think is necessary pressure. When you want to grow, you have to put yourself under pressure.
Yeah.
If you want to buy yourself a new house,
You gotta
come
put
up with a
yourself-
plan, get to
Absolutely.
work.
yourself
That's
under
the pressure that you need to work on. The unnecessary pressure, I agree with what you said, is living beyond your means, doing things that are outside of your purview.
Seeing
Not-
You
yourself,
know,
not
seeing
to
yourself,
Thursday till
Yeah,
Monday,
you're
you've
on
been
the
grooving.
seeing yourself in other
and
people.
you are unemployed.
Hey, man.
Not
you
to
know what I'm
cut you, and
saying?
actually, that's very true. I think we need to make that a norm, not to be under pressure.
Right.
I think it's become such a
Not
norm.
to be under unnecessary
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 pressure. Thank you. I think that needs to be a norm. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's why I say, man, we've just designed ourselves to be finding ourselves on the other side, somehow, some way, being pressured through the social medias, etc. What we're seeing, the constant feed, and how it's channeling our minds. You know, I just lost the train of thought you were saying earlier.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, as a man that's trying to build,
All right.
do you think getting in a relationship would be unnecessary pressure?
Ooh. That's a good question.
So, I'll answer it to my to my understanding and my ability and probably experience.
Yeah, and then we'll get to Ted as well.
Right. That's a very good question. If I'm gonna get into a relationship, I meet that particular person at that time where I don't have anything
And you're building, yeah.
and I'm building. Depends how I gel with that person. If I see I can definitely build a relationship with that person and we get somewhere, I will get into it, letting them know what my state is. I think that's the biggest part as well, because you want to get into a relationship with certain expectations
Yeah.
set out. Let's put expectations out there. Let her know that she knows that she's with somebody who's building. I don't have much yet. I'm working towards it. If she doesn't know, it's a different means. You going in there, giving us false hopes, etc. It's a different story. Unnecessary pressure again. So I would get it. Relationships.
So it
it
depends on the
depend-
dynamics of the
dynamics
relationship.
of it. Correct.
Sure, it's a great question. Typically, what I subscribe to is, I think what Yann has said now is, if you're already further along in life and you're with someone, it's different.
Yeah.
If I am a single guy and I'm just building, what I've done is I completely lock in. I'm in no relationship. I'm not fucking. I'm focused. I'm not grooving. I am here. I'm building. And I do that for a considerable amount of time.
Until
By
you-
the time
you
I
get to
pull
a
my
place,
head out,
yeah.
I realize I've changed my own environment. You know, where I am now, it's about making the person I'm walking with understand the pace I need to walk. And that's a tough job, right? Because you need to TDJ describes this thing of being on the horse and in the cart, right? So you move from the horse where you have to ride the horse that's pulling the cart so you can move the family forward, and then you need to come back into the cart and then check on the family. Are you guys okay? Is school fees paid? Are utilities paid? Is everyone okay? And then you make time qualitative, not quantitative, right?
Damn.
And then you get back on the horse.
Bars.
Get back onto the horse, and press on. That's how I answer that question.
Damn.
So then again, it all depends on your goal and your partner's acceptance.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's setting out the,
To the journey.
Yeah. Correct. It's setting out
How
the
about
expectations.
you asked the question.
Yeah.
Being where I am now, I think everyone really needs to focus at the beginning. So I would also put myself in that tunnel vision. Get this goal done. Get this thing done. Score this goal. Get this thing done. And then find a person that's as driven. If you can't find any, like you said, circumstances. If you can't find anyone that's willing to sacrifice those groove nights or sometimes
Set
date
the
nights,
expectations.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
the things that are not that important when you're building, then I don't think you should be with anyone. I think,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just a reality, man.
Right. So, very, very, very powerful stuff, guys. And I think one of the other things I literally see that happens is the aspect on loneliness within social media.
Oh, man.
As men, you see a guy who has 150,000 followers and he is lonely as fuck. So people have tons of followers, but when you approach them on a personal level, you find that there's emptiness. How do you deal with that?
How I look at it is you become drawn to the attention. Everything you do needs some kind of validation. So you'll post something and you're every minute you're checking, you're just to see. And that in itself is a downward spiral because these things are not real, right? You post a picture, people are liking something very superficial. When in actual life, people's skills get you further. So you slack on human contact,
Right.
the touch, the smile, the instincts,
Interactions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you become addicted to this moment in time, pictures, and you're lonely because this is what you like now. I don't know if you guys have seen Surrogate.
A movie or
Bruce,
series?
yeah, movie with Bruce Willis.
Yeah, a while ago though.
Can't
Dude,
recall.
these guys, they live in tubes,
Test tubes.
and a plastic version of themselves goes out into the world. So this guy's living in a house with his wife, but he hasn't seen this woman in over I don't know how many years.
Wow.
And one day it happens that they both want to go to the toilet and they run into each other, and they look scruffy. They haven't even, and they don't even recognize each other because you look at the plastic versions of themselves, it's perfect.
Right.
But the actual version of themselves, scruffy, no haircut, in pajamas, belly, and that's what's real. And I think social media has taken us to a point where living in the metaverse, living in Grand Theft Auto,
No, it's true.
is reality, and living with the people that you see. Even dating, people are dating online. People are dating people in Thailand. You live in Canada. It's something that I think we need to work on.
Damn.
Hey man,
Ted, any thoughts?
Please remind me of the question.
So it's more around the loneliness,
Right.
right? So that social media has caused humans to fall into.
I think my understanding of what happens to people is it's a different kind of fame. So historically,
Virtual fame.
yeah, it's a different kind of fame, but I can't say that it's not real. It's actually very real.
Wait, you're going to say the virtual fame is real?
Yeah. Social media fame is very real. So someone like a Logan Paul, a Kevin Hart, a Gary Vee, those are real people.
but those are people that are going out. They didn't build their fame through social media.
That's a valid
The
point
fame
as well.
started physically. These people are physically going out. I'm talking about someone that you've never seen. They live in their bedroom.
Yeah.
But that's a type of person.
So, like, for instance, not to cut you, there's a lady I saw on social media. All she does is she's got over 2 million followers, and all she does is cook and eat these funny fish. So she eats sharks. She was based in Japan or something like that. She's got over 2 million followers just cooking and eating fish, sharks, crocodile, name it. She's eating them on social media. So that's somebody probably we've never met, and she just became famous through that.
Yeah.
As an example. So when you say fame is, the virtual fame is real.
It translates.
Okay.
And the thing my understanding of the loneliness question was people genuinely go out into the world, interact with people, but they're lonely no matter how many followers they
Yes,
have.
correct.
Right. And a lot of people are like that. Men, women. You know, you're big on Instagram. Everyone loves your outfits, your body, da 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 da. But you go home and then there's nobody to come to it. And I think the reason for that is those things I spoke about earlier. You start getting lonely when you start behaving like the followers you have are
Damn.
with you when you walk into a room. Because we all start to resent you in a way.
'Cause
Right?
You think you're better than us.
Yeah, you came into this room and suddenly it's like there's 50,000 people with you. That's one. Number two, when people who walk into a room and then our phone is now, there was research that shows our phone is our biggest defense. If you go to a party by yourself, you walk into a party, the first thing you want to do is you want to look around. 3, 2, 1, safe.
Yeah.
And this
It's
is your-
become a norm, eh?
yeah,
It's
this is
become a
your-
real norm.
This is your safe zone. And so when you start doing that at the expense of people, I think that leads to a lot of loneliness. So when you can't, and you and I were talking about severance a few weeks ago, if you can't sever the two people, this is the only time that severance is positive.
Jeez.
Like you
Yeah.
must leave your social media self in
As
social
in
media,
social media.
and then leave like your real world
Experience.
self. Experience people properly, naturally.
Damn.
Treat people like a normal human being.
Right.
Talk to women like a normal human being.
Yeah.
Talk to your children like a normal human being.
But doesn't social media? So, I believe in experience.
Yeah.
Back in the cut, we used to. The way you would react to people is because of experience. You come, you try, you get rejected, you
Right.
try again. These days, you don't even need to try. You
Right.
send a text quickly. You like a picture, you get the attention. Do you think it's taking away a certain skill?
Yeah, that was also going to be a question I was going to pose. So taking away
that we have
yeah.
in terms of just socializing as human beings amongst ourselves.
Yes and no, because I think what is done when I say no, it's because it's become an easier medium for the guy who is walking in the mall and does not how to respectfully say hello to a sister he's
Focus,
following.
man.
'Cause now it's
Yeah.
Hey, I like your
Slide
voice.
into the
it's hard.
DMs.
You
Now
know what
it's
I'm saying?
hard. Yeah. Face to
without
face.
being creepy and all sorts. So it's helped. I think it's helped those brothers, and it's also hurt those brothers who couldn't. Like in high school
Right.
when all the boys were like, hey, did she
Do something.
and there you are, like, okay, I'm going, and then you just never go.
Right. That's
So I think there are two sides.
So quickly, let's try and I know we've moved on time. There's a few I want to quickly wrap up on. You spoke about programmable. That humans have become programmable from
Programmed,
programmed from way back to now. More so now with the social media.
Yeah.
What are some of the ways you think we could slowly unprogram ourselves from this type of media that we're in this day and age, this current state? How do we slowly unprogram ourselves and sort of feed back into reality? I tell you, when you spoke about that, one thing that you touched about was I was thinking about the notifications on my phone. Every time you get onto a particular app, it asks you the first question is going to ask you to is enable notification. If you have never noticed it, that is the first trap you ever fall for. I think as much as we want to say we are programmable, but a lot of us just go and say yes, just yes. So not to cut you on, personally, I've disabled all notifications.
All your notifications. Yeah.
So if you guys have seen, I know we got a group, and sometimes you guys call and I miss the call.
Yeah, you missed the call.
So for me, it's helped me sort of keep away from it, and then stay focused on what I need to do, and when I need to probably check at the time. And I still tell my brother. I remember I told Kit the other day. He called me on WhatsApp, and he wasn't getting me, and then he eventually called me on a normal call. I'm like,
picked up.
you haven't used the normal call in years. So you see what WhatsApp has done? It's like kept us in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
virtual space. We've actually forgot other mediums that we have as well.
Yeah, I think my solution to I look at it like this. There's a general doctor and there's a specialist, and we have too many gadgets that are general, and we just need to get back to specializing. If I had a camera, a phone, a calculator, a diary, if I had things that weren't all in one device, I think I would be able to focus more, because if I'm going to the restaurant, I don't really need my camera. I don't really need my calculator. That's the problem. We're holding the whole world in our.
Are you saying convenience is the problem?
I think we're in a position where we have everything.
But that's convenience.
I mean, this is why we're always on our phone. There's something that you'll find that you can do.
Yeah, but
There's something.
are you on the phone because
Anything.
you're looking for something, or is it just whiling away time? Because that's another thing as well.
Look, if I walk into a club, why did I go there? I went there to groove. I didn't
Yeah.
go there to be on my phone. But if I'm in there and there's no pressure on me to go and find people to speak to, when I can
If
just go on social media and speak to them.
It's gone because everybody's on their phone now. And when you speak to her, you want to probably speak to Honey. She says, "Hey, do you know how many followers I got?" So it's
Imagine
gone.
imagine if you walk into a club and they've blocked
The Wi-Fi,
all the Wi-Fi,
signal.
all the signal. Right?
That's
You
a
walk in
good
there.
one.
People are gonna socialize.
Yeah.
They shouldn't block the signal. We need the signal so that we can fetch our friends who are outside.
Exactly. You see what I mean? But what did you do back in the days? Back in the days, your friends got to the door and they're like, "Yo, my friend left a note here for me."
Right. So now we
Didn't
must
need
leave-
to call you.
Now we must leave notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend-
I kinda
with
agree
a
with
bouncer
that.
who can't read.
My friend actually knows my number.
Jerry.
How many numbers do you know?
I know a lot. I know my entire circle's numbers, including IDs. I know a lot of numbers.
Really?
I can survive without my phone for a very long time.
You're one in a million.
Thank
So
you, brother. I recognize
that's
It's
a
not-
different story. For
it's not.
I'm selective because I deal with a whole lot of those credentials. I prefer not to remember them
But
because I
wait,
deal with
I
multiple.
don't blame that on the phone, though. I
Yeah.
blame that on the individual.
on the individual.
No, man. Look, listen.
Get into the club.
We
Go
are-
talk to
we-
this girl. She
we-
says no. Move on to the next girl. She says no. Go to the next
No,
one.
my brother.
Until you
Humans
have someone to
never-
groove with.
No. That's not how it works these days. These days, this is how it works. You get into the club, you check around. Okay, let me talk to her. You talk to her, she rejects you. Hey, friend, where are you? Hey,
We're coming.
I'm at
Respect. Safety
and
zone.
you know what? It's boring.
Yeah.
Safety
It's not
zone.
boring. It's just that you're not trying hard enough.
Or you're not interesting enough.
Yeah, because you have an option.
Yeah.
The option is you can call your friend,
No,
Uber
but-
them to the club.
But now we're speaking about looking for the vibe. That's a different.
Dog, that's
No,
social
connecting
media.
with
That-
people.
That's
Yeah.
social media. If
Connecting.
if I go to we should actually do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Next time we have a house party, take our phones and leave it at the door. I understand why these celebrities
Depends
do
what
that.
we're doing inside.
No,
Nah,
not
not
even
even-
about that.
Ah.
Just so that when we get in, we're forced to talk to each other. We're not
That's-
here.
that's
Bro,
easy.
house party is still so comfortable.
Yeah.
We should go out. He knows. When we walk into a place, my preference is to roam.
We
I put,
chill.
I
Yeah,
put
I
my
love roaming.
phone
No, I
away.
love roaming.
Meeting people.
Yeah, and then we roam. Like say
Meet
hello
people.
here, and then you say, you know when you say hello, and then okay, that's fine. As men, we've been dealing with rejection since
Yeah,
grade
no, we know how to
4.
take it. It's
We know how
it's
we
nothing. It's
okay.
all right.
You think,
Yeah.
have you not realized there's 1,700 women in here? Okay, no problem. I'm going to the next one.
Yeah.
Like you have to do that. And that's you. So you can't go into it's like that thing where you go to a place with people you don't know only to hang with the people you know. What's the
imagine.
point?
Why are
Yeah,
you doing
no.
that?
What's the
Absolutely.
point? There's no point. Because I tell you how bold I got with this because I do a lot of solo travel. Like solo travel, you get to a city you've never been to before. and you can decide you're either gonna sit in your hotel room or
go and.
hey,
That's true. When I went to the UK,
find
I agree
somebody.
with you. I
I'ma
went
meet some
around.
people.
I went to
You
go
need to do that.
tour.
You need to do that.
You have to
and,
be able
and
to.
these
I
days,
agree.
we don't do that. We get home, we get to the hotel.
I totally agree with that.
You call your family. Hey, I just landed. I'm at the hotel. I'm gonna take
I'm
a shower
good,
and I'm gonna
walk
sleep.
around.
You wake up and you go out and you start taking pictures instead of actually admiring where you are.
Gentlemen, I have a challenge for all of you who travel. One thing you should do in your lifetime. Single guys, not you people. Single guys. If you go to a country that does not speak the language, you know, there's this concept of universal language in The Alchemist. You should try to ever get intimate with someone who does not speak a word of the language you speak.
But we've done this.
That is how you know.
We've done this.
I've
that
done this
okay,
before.
I know how to connect.
When we came
with
from our
human
countries and we
beings.
came here, we
Yeah,
couldn't
we
speak a
didn't
word
have
of
a word
anything.
of.
Yeah, but you were 3. You were not like you're not. With,
3-year-olds
No,
also
but I did
experience
this.
things.
I
You are
did this
not,
when I
you
was
know.
in Romania. I went to Romania
exactly.
and I was trying to find direction to a particular place.
Don't forget you were married when you were.
No, of course. I met. No, nothing silly.
No, I'm
Another
joking.
thing, guys,
Gentlemen, nothing.
learn
Not-
as
not-
many languages as you
Learn,
can.
learn, absolutely.
Learn these
At
languages.
least the basics.
You want to
Dog,
be able
at
to
least-
go and say, listen, how do I find this particular town? Some of them will eventually. You find a way.
Where do you want to go that you haven't gone to yet?
Where do I want to go? I haven't gone to. Damn, that's a very good one. Italy.
Italia.
Italy or Barbados.
Barbados.
Yeah. Gentlemen, let me jump on to
Wait,
this.
wait,
I know
wait,
we
where do you wanna
Ted,
go?
New York.
New York.
Yeah.
New York. Make sure
New
you
York.
take your Tims.
New York, Miami, and Vegas. This year,
I know
somehow, some way, they must have.
Let's find a way, man.
Yeah,
my wife wants to go to
Fit me
LA.
in.
She
yeah,
loves
I
LA.
need to
Me and
go
the
to
plan,
New
man,
York. I
somehow.
need to go to New York.
Right.
Let's
So
work on the budget.
Yeah.
one last one. Do you think there's been an increase on leggings since the inception of social media?
Leggings.
Yeah, so the ladies' gym wear.
Guys, you know who the
tights
person that
and-
invented leggings is a genius.
Genius. Yoga pants.
Hey,
Dude,
Mm.
I wonder what he was doing. What he was, ding, that light bulb moment. Yes, man. Might be a woman. Sorry, the person that invented that thing. Increase in leggings.
yeah. So when you're on social media, I think whether you see people gym or not gym, they always
But
majority.
what do you
are-
gym in as a woman? It's leggings.
Yeah.
So it's not that there's an increase. It's just that now it's visible.
It's noticeable.
Yeah. There's always. I mean, women go gymming in leggings. Men go gymming in
So
shorts.
do you think men are sort of now more driven on social media to find them leggings?
Bro, you know,
Do
I was
we,
having
do we
this discussion.
scroll on
I was-
onto the social media to find leggings?
I was having this discussion with a friend of
and
mine.
to look at the shapes of the leggings.
Everything is so easy now. You
We
know,
have
back
a
in the
name.
days when we wanted to watch porn,
Okay.
we had to go find the video from a friend, make sure the VCR is there, hide the video, make sure the parents are sleeping. Then when everyone's sleeping, you pop in the video only to find out they recorded the wrong one. So then you have to go find the actual video, and then it's
Right.
light. It's very light porn, like
Right.
you know,
Okay.
dry humping. These days, all you have to do is have a Twitter account. And
Oh,
you're good.
really?
Hey, man. So
Oh.
it's very easy. You can't blame it on leggings. It's just
Joseph Shivers, by the way, is the guy who invented spandex, which is the material now
Spandex.
used in
Joseph.
Joseph Shivers,
Joseph
an American
Shivers?
chemist. Is
He was a chemist.
according to Google.
What was the chemist doing trying to do?
Invented. It's like what's our guy from that drug series?
Which one? Pablo.
Breaking Bad from Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
What's his name?
Yeah,
That guy. Yeah.
yeah, that guy. Chemists, just fucking around.
Yeah. Hey, man.
One day is the
This stretches.
this is it. We on
Joseph who?
Joseph Shivers.
Joseph
Right.
Shivers.
Quick one.
Yeah.
So I know we're gonna wrap up very soon. So I found a few possible causes that could cause social media or phone addictions. And I just need you to tell me if you agree with them.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to read through them. You just tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
The first one is FOMO, fear of missing out. So the constant need to be connected and updated on what's happening in the world. You agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Social comparisons. So the need to compare oneself to others through social media,
Yeah.
leading to an urge to constantly check on one's phone.
Yeah,
We both all agree.
definitely.
Reinforcement. So the dopamine hit that comes from receiving likes, comment, and other forms
Yes,
of validation on social
Definitely,
media.
Definitely.
It's constant check. I need to see how many
How
people
many
liked
likes I
it.
have, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Distractions. So the use of the phone as distractions from stress, boredom, or difficult emotions. So we run to our phones as a distraction.
I mean, you run
form.
to anything for a distraction if you're bored.
Right, but mainly form, right? So convenience. Oh, you spoke about this one, and this happened to be here. So the ease and convenience of having the internet and all of one social network in one device. That's how powerful that thing is.
Hey, bro.
So, right, agree? If you don't agree, just
Yeah, I agree.
wave
agree.
up on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, so the lack of alternative activities. Ooh, I had a bit of struggle with this one, but yeah. The lack of other interests or hobbies that could provide same level of stimulation as the phone.
No, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that. I also didn't agree with this one. I think to a certain extent it has...
You agree? You don't have
agree?
hobbies, brother?
No, I mean, if you don't have hobbies, then you will be addicted.
No, but I sort of think
But
this...
if you do have hobbies, that's why I always make sure that my daughter's doing other things besides watching TV and on the phone.
Right.
Do something else. Then hopefully later in
Do
life.
you not think social media is also sort of killed that desire to have hobbies as well?
It has, because I mean, instead of trying to figure out how to do it yourself, you're on there watching a tutorial. Oh, I can do it like this.
You could also say that it's just changed the massive nature of the hobbies. So take video games, for instance. Video games are a hobby I know for the two of you still. Playing FIFA. Some people might just enjoy watching FIFA streamers on thingy.
No, but look at it this way, right? I'm playing FIFA against someone and he does a trick. Instead of me trying to figure out how to do it, I'll go online and I'll get the cheat. Now I can do it.
That's
Convenience.
though.
Back in the days,
Yeah.
You had
back
to
in the
fight,
days
figure
when
it
we were
out.
playing Street Fighter,
Right.
and a friend came out and did a move,
Dugan.
you would go home and try and figure out how he did it.
Right.
That's
because
the
there was no
difference.
alternative.
That's the difference. You see, I think that's more creative. I think that even unlocks.
We used to find the GTA codes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Remember the
Back,
thing?
back,
Yeah.
Limited
yeah.
armor.
Yeah.
And then
It's all you had to do is you have to know it to find the information.
knowledge
But
is
that's
key.
the thing. Back in the days, we didn't have all that.
Right.
And I'm talking way back.
Gentlemen, hold on. Let me move
Back in the
along. Let me
time.
move along. So constant notification. Constant notification. This is something we spoke about. Constant notification, the constant barrage of notification and news updates, right? That draw a person's attention back on their phone. So I mentioned earlier on that I don't have notification. So do you guys have notifications?
Yeah, I have to, man. I have a mother that doesn't understand when I'm working. She just, why didn't you pick up your phone? Mom, I was working. Yeah, pick up your phone. And
So you've got notifications here?
No, I don't have notification for my banking stuff. I don't have notification for my social media. I only have notification for email, phone call, and messages.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I actually had there's a thing on my phone. It's called Focus.
Right.
So when I'm working, I put it on Focus, and only certain people can get through to me.
Is it an app?
No, it
No,
comes
it's a
standard on the
focus.
phone.
You just switch it on. Depends on the time. You select the time.
You go
you want to
into
stay on
it and
focus.
you pick
You see, like you
contacts.
have the door thing, do not disturb.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing scenario you have on the phone.
So
right.
when I'm working, only certain people can get a hold
Let's
of me.
let's
you-
go on to
you
the number
decide.
Yeah,
9.
you decide who.
I'm gonna go into number 9. So the repetitive unconscious use of the phone as a habit to become hard to break. Agree?
Yeah, I've seen people every
Okay.
day waking up in the morning. First thing they do on their phone.
Right.
It's a habit.
But it happens to all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Conditioning. So the repeated pairing of a certain activity such as relaxing or watching TV with phone use leading to conditioned response. So you could be watching TV and or a movie and literally pick up your phone. So we conditioned. So what I've actually told my wife and I, what we do is when we go sleep, we leave our phone in the office table.
Oh, wow.
So we close the door, it doesn't come into our room. We leave it on loud in case there's a call that needs to be answered, and we can literally wake up and go answer. But when we're in the room, we go and sleep. We're gonna either watch TV until we fall asleep.
So when you wake up, what time do you guys wake up? What time are you allowed to check the phone?
So we've got alarm. So if I need to wake up early, my alarm's gonna ring from my office, and I go and pick it up. So if it's 5 a.m., I go pick up my phone, switch off the alarm, do what I need to do. So in the room, we try not to, because what happens is at night I noticed this when my wife couldn't sleep, and she'll wake up at 3-4 a.m. and then all of a sudden she's back on the phone. So instead of you trying to go back to sleep, you're actually killing your sleep pattern, so that trying to get some wrong dopamine at the wrong time, or at the night. It's
not easy, man.
It's not easy. So you got to really push yourself. So that's what we did. Now,
but it's also nice just, being in bed at night.
What's nice about it?
Look, when I'm watching the game,
Try not to wake your partner.
when I'm watching a game, I want to banter with the homies.
Okay, that's different. That's during the day.
That's
right?
a multi-screen experience.
I
agree with that.
A multi-screen experience, that's different. So during the day, I'm watching soccer and I'm telling you, Man U's losing.
Hey, look at your team.
2 down. Oh,
no, you're telling him.
Yeah, Man U's 2 down.
I don't care about Man U.
Hey, shots fired.
That's
Anyways.
Arsenal, huh? I must remember that.
Okay. So that's a different experience. We went to soccer so quick and So that's a different experience. I think that's something you guys probably try and let me know how that goes, right? Then we have the loneliness. So the use of the phone as a substitute for face-to-face interaction.
Definitely.
And the connections leading to a vicious cycle of phone use and loneliness. So we've seen that a lot. You come to a restaurant, you see couples sitting there and we do this. So again, it's the decision. And I think that's where the discipline comes in. When you go with your partner, we've actually done that. We're going to talk rubbish until we leave. If we need to get onto the phone, it's either you're getting a phone call or there's something urgent that you need to deal with, right? So
I think this discipline is very important.
Discipline is extremely important on those.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys probably think I missed out on those?
What's the incentive for not having social media? What's the reason for not having social media? There's so many. So there's an amazing book. It's an American author. I think it's called The Coddling of the American Mind. And he talks about how young teenagers are now cutting themselves, committing suicide because of social media, how adults have stopped connecting, how men have stopped being intimate, men are having less sex because of social media. Why should you not have a social media account?
Okay, so
fugitive.
Fugitive. There's one. If you're a scammer.
That's the best one.
You should have told Hush Puppy these things.
The people I know that don't have a certain social media platform is because they just don't like that platform. So they prefer Instagram. Like I know people that say Instagram is mostly catered to women. Facebook is more of a family, let's reconnect.
Right.
Oh, damn, I haven't seen you in so
long. So they've
long.
associated certain platforms to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't, for example, have an Instagram account because Instagram is all about the visuals. And if, personally, I don't like taking pictures, I'm not going to be on there. You check.
Respect.
So that's the only reason I would see someone not being on Instagram.
I have another question.
On social media.
Why do all the naughty butt-naked girls always say something about God in their profile?
What's wrong? I mean, they believe in God.
God's
Why do all
first daughter
Why do all the naughty girls
always have like a,
What's wrong with that?
God's very own daughter? And then the whole page is just
bands to make a dance? That's a topic for another day. I think that we probably got to get them to come and answer for
They're
themselves.
God's
That's-
children too.
yeah, God's creations, exactly. God made it more. So
The young entrepreneurs.
yeah, that's a topic for another day.
But I like
it
what you
consumes
said. I
us.
like what you said about how social media has made people lonely
Yeah.
and has cornered people. There's a lot of suicide and there's so much, and I think there needs to be some kind of social media therapy that that people need
Mental
to,
health?
yeah, just to teach people that. I think virtual reality sort of therapy.
Okay.
To
I
teach
want to
people
start
how
wrapping
separate
this
the
up.
two.
I agree with that social media therapy, but that's a very good point you bring up. Very, very good point. So, the one aspect I want to speak about, lastly, is the did he go too far?
Okay.
Right. So, yeah, I've met the mayor. If you haven't seen the Mike Tyson video, yeah, I've met the mayor. I met the mayor.
I broke my
Yeah,
back.
I broke my fuck you.
Spinal.
Go watch the video. So there's been a couple of videos going around social media where the first one was very funny, where the mayor was asked, "What's the first thing you're gonna tackle when you get into? What's the first thing you're gonna tackle your first 100 days?" He said potholes. Sorry. Yeah, I've met the mayor. Sorry. I think that it's not the pothole that was the problem. I think the response. Sorry, guys.
They do say that your roads are your most important value
But-
for is it
Hold on.
commercial exchange?
I've met the mayor. Hold on. I'm speaking. so I don't think it's the pothole part. Then there's another video that goes on, and he's making a speech. And he says, the capital city, Johannesburg. He mentions Johannesburg being the capital city.
Right. Right.
Do you think the mayor went too far by doing what he did?
Man, I think we just need to fix our schools, man.
No, you know what? You know what it is. Sometimes we're very protective of our people. I think there are two mistakes I felt he made.
Yeah.
One was in the first interview, he looked like, the way he sat was like, someone just told me to come here. And that was the look he had.
Yeah, that
someone
was the
just told me
yeah.
to come here. Two, it's important. I think that stature and posture are very important.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right?
Shows
He
confidence.
doesn't inspire
No confidence. Yes.
is a thing. And when I'm rolling with you, I need to know that there's a solid dude
It's a solid
who's taken the reins.
posture.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think he brought that to the table. But there's an explanation for it. The explanation is that there are two parties who've decided that minority parties are going to take over the mayorship, and then but did he go too far? I don't think so. I just don't think he had the presence of mind. And sometimes we write there, yeah, eloquence is not a requirement for da 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 da. The reality is, if you're going to be in public office,
Absolutely.
if you're going to serve the people, if you're going to, have any role that is important, put on a show, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Put on a show. Come there with a suit, wear a shirt, because the optics are important.
Yeah.
And I think that was his problem. He came there in a flimsy T-shirt, and
Unprofessional,
and I think he let Petit the tie, and they put him in a small chair, and then the thing, it wasn't good. It wasn't
He
a good
sure
look for
He
it.
was set up.
But he was set up.
The mayor.
Overall, I don't think he went too far. He just didn't show up for the.
So you
didn't
don't
show
think
up
he
for the
was
game.
didn't go too far by saying Johannesburg, the capital city?
No, but why would it be going too far?
No, you are the mayor.
Yeah.
You need to know what your capital city is.
Yeah, I mean, in his head, that's the capital city.
That's
his truth.
It's his truth.
So he identifies his
That's how he
geography.
feels. You know, according to him, he identifies Joburg as a capitalist city.
Yes.
All right. Okay. We've come to the end of this.
Wait,
Stanley podcast.
did he go too far? I don't think he knew where he was going.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think he knew where he was going. That's it.
Please go and check that video. I've met the mayor. You will understand why.
Word.
So now, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure
Word,
having
always.
conversation with you guys.
As always.
It's very inspiring. A lot of thought-provoking.
I just want to say something before we
Yeah.
close out. I know how you feel about it, but you know, LeBron James is officially the GOAT.
Yeah, because he scored what 30,
But he's
30 points extra.
30 no, man, come on. You see, this
Wait, how many rings does he have?
this is
How many
the
rings?
this is
How
the
many-
backhanded-
how many
Gentlemen,
rings?
I'm going to close
this is
this
the
out.
backhanded
How many
compliments
rings?
I'm
that
going to close this
Africans-
out. We're going to have this conversation
Shout out to
another
Priva.
time.
Shout out to Priva for the
Shout
venue.
out to Priva, indeed.
Shout out to all my
Priva,
fans, female
Our
fans. What's up?
residents, our residents place spot for podcasting. Priva, shout out to you guys. We appreciate it. Guys, leave a message, comment, give us your feedback. We appreciate it. Till the next time. Ciao.
We out.
See it. We out.